Hello, everybody. I will start with the link that I sent to everybody. And I click on it right now. And then I go to my
you can share your screen, yeah. I suppose.
Yeah, I will share the screen. Yeah, when it is okay, you can see the logged in screen now. You can see the Plus Team app.
We saw the login webpage, and now we see some black.
Yeah, just your desktop.
Oh, you only see the desktop. Okay.
And your cursor moving.
Yeah. So I will put the image back on the desktop. Okay. Now yes. You can see the app.
Yes, the login webpage.
Yeah. Now I will go to the demo. I pick anyone. Let's take Italy. I log in. And there I see my first screen, which is the footprint. Okay. Now, for example, when I want to enter something, I press here on the plus. And when I used 2 bottles of water, I will fill in the amount of 2. Okay, so this is for my usage, the quantities I used. And when I go back to La Mia Impronta.
Yeah, my footprint.
Yeah. Here you can see it. And when I press on this entrance, I see what I entered, the quantity of 2. I can still change it. For example, 3. And I save it here with this button. So now you can see here, Bottigli d'Acqua 3.
3 bottles of water, yeah.
Now I understand. Okay, I have also the possibility when I press here the plus to enter some kind of alternative. For example, for the...
Yes, you can do that. Show that as well, to explain to us also the pointing system.
Yeah. For example, for the straw, I use an alternative. I press on this one, and here you can see the alternatives. You can throw it away. You can use bamboo, or you can use it for an artwork, so you can reuse it, or you can bring your own straw. For example, when I do this, no, here, this is easier. I throw it away. I click on this, and then I say okay, I'll throw it away. And that's it. So when I go now back to my footprint, I can see it here.
And you take 1 point for this?
No, this is everything that is purple is 1 point, 1 minus point. Yeah, and everything that is green, that depends on what has been chosen. For example, when I go back to the alternatives, yeah, the first one is, I don't know it by heart, but I think this is 2 points. This might be 3 points, 4 points. And the last one, altro, no, I, quale azione positiva hai intrapreso, when I do something completely different, I bought a second-hand straw from Bamboo. So when you do this, you get 5 points. And this is just something I made up. If
Yes.
you say, it is much better to make this 6 points or 4 points or whatever.
I think for the scoring system, we had proposed this 1 to 3, remember,
Yeah.
with the stars? So it can be, I think it shouldn't be higher than 3. The most, I don't think that the student can think something more clever than something that equals 3 stars. Okay, so the maximum should be 3.
Okay, yeah, no problem.
And for reasons of balance, I'm just wondering whether, since for the alternatives, we give up to 3 points. So for the consumption, maybe 1, let's say, bottle or 1 straw should count as 1, or
yeah, at this
or
moment
more.
we have the alternative, or we do not have the alternative. It's very difficult to count the alternatives. So at this moment, this is always 1 alternative.
Yes, I think it's best to keep it 1.
Yeah, but when a teacher does this for the group, he wants to put in many alternatives. That could be possible. It depends on how the process goes. But a teacher can change this. For example, when I go back to here, you see a quantity of 1 for the alternative, for the second-hand straw Bamboo. He can change it, and here he can change it to another quantity. But that is yeah. Do we want the student to be able to do this also or not? You can still decide it. Perhaps when we do a couple of tests, it immediately shows that the teacher wants to do this directly, then we will change this accordingly. There's no problem. But at this moment, I will keep it on 1. So
I think for the student, it's wise to keep it for 1. I mean, how many bottles can he use per day?
Especially if there are alternatives, they're supposed to be 1.
Yes,
Yeah.
So it's 1.
My only suggestion is about the scoring system. Could we put make it evident the number of points that the user get for each alternative, just with the stars? But like this, as a user, I will feel more motivated to do something like even more sustainable in order to get the one, to choose the one with more points. I don't know if you understand what I mean.
yeah. So the student knows how many points he will receive.
Yeah.
Before he selects the alternative. Yeah.
Maybe just like
Even in the
stars next to the script, to the
yes, even in the text,
like special in like as design, just to make it clear.
Even inside the text, when the sentence after the full stop, you can add 1 or 2 or 3 stars.
Yeah.
With a symbol.
Yeah. I'll change that. So the alternative is only 3 points max. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
And who checks this alternative? We give the student 3 stars by a priori without knowing what he has written.
Yeah, and another alternative is that we first check what he has written, and then we decide how many points he receives. But that is maintenance for the teacher. Now we can do it blind, and we don't look at it because it is. I know, I understand the danger, because when he says something like like this, I throw away so this is very bad, but then he still receives 3 points. That is the danger. So he uses an alternative, but this is what he does. Yeah, and I hope they don't. When they do this, then we have to check it before the points will be given.
So maybe we shouldn't assign points to the altro, to the other comments, like further comments, and leave it just there, like they're just adding a comments of what they did. And then with the teacher, they will check what other action did they undertook.
Okay, so afterwards we decide how many points they received.
Yes, and at the
I
stage
think
of the
so.
application, you can leave it with no points.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. No, I never thought about what you're saying now, that they can also like add something bad, but actually like it's wise, but I never thought about it, so it's good.
Yeah.
Hello, Marika. Sorry, we have started,
Oh,
But-
Sorry.
but we are recording the session. It
Okay.
just started 5 minutes ago.
hello. Nice to
Hi,
meet you.
hi.
Okay. So we were talking about the points from the alternatives at this moment. For example, so very quickly for Marika, when I press here the plus, and I choose an alternative, for example, an altre bottiglia, another bottle. Here we can enter something alternatives. Then the student does not receive the points on forehand, but the teacher decides afterwards, depending on what he fills in. He decides how many points the student gets.
Yes, and we don't expect surprises. I mean,
Yeah,
the basic things, the basic alternative things you can do are already there, I think.
yeah. So we start with no points at all.
Yeah.
So they will be motivated to pick one from which they already know how many points they get.
Yes.
And Marika, the students will know beforehand how many points they will receive for the alternative. So we have 1, 2, 3 points, but for the usage itself, for example, when they throw away canus di plastica, then this is always -1 point. But when they decide to throw away 2 bottles, then it is -2 points.
And instead of calling them minus a plus, I think that in the tutorial we will make, it's best that we sell them like purple points and green points. So purple points represent our unenvironmental behavior. Instead of saying minor, I think it's best. And we try to keep this score as as low as possible, our purple points, or I don't know, is it purple or pink?
Yeah, I have to change this into purple.
Purple or pink? I don't. In my
Yeah.
screen, it looks a little bit purple right now.
No,
And
this
in the
page-
calendar also it was purple before.
Yeah, the
There's a
important
difference.
thing is that it is the same color in the calendar and here. So you can of course decide which one you prefer, but the same.
Yeah. I will change it into purple because red is not really bad. Red is a bad color. It is an alarm. But purple is, yeah, it is how it is. But green is something positive.
Yeah,
Yes.
maybe adjust the color of the text based on the background, because if it's purple, blue, I don't know if it's
Visible.
visible.
Yeah. And blue on the internet very often stands for it's clickable. There's a link behind it, and there is. You can click it. Okay, so this is for the entrance of the system. It's very basic and simple. They cannot
Yes.
do much.
And I don't know if it's something that we can discuss here. Maybe instead of the word footprint, it can be footprint/calendar, because it's more like a calendar, a diary of behaviors. It's not so much a footprint. It's a diary or a calendar of
Yeah, maybe the diary of my consumption diary. Yeah.
something
Okay.
like that.
Yeah, you can send me the translations and then we change it. Yeah, my
Okay,
idea
so-
was that these are the footprints.
Yes, we call it footprint in Plastim as our product, the product of Plastim. But in order to explain this to people, I think it's a little bit misleading to call it footprint. It's
Yeah.
more direct if you call it, yes, my plastic diary, my plastic consumption diary, something like that. Or even footprint/diary, so that they know that they expect to see in front of them a diary. Because when you say footprint, they usually expect something
Yeah,
that is not a calendar.
yeah. I had footprints there, but I took it away because they take too much space. Okay, so this is the entering. I will change this into footprint/diary. And here we have the dashboards. For example, the international dashboard. I click on this now. It opens another tab. You can still see the tab, right?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
So we
Okay.
are now as a teacher still. We're not as a student.
That is true. A student will not see this unless you decide that the students also see this. It's only a matter of rights. So we have on the left and on the right filters. For example, we see everything now that has been entered into the system. For example, when I click here,
Tutto is all.
yeah, to do it all. And I select Italy. Here we can see the last entrances. So this is more like the activity stream. And here we can see the points, which is -18 for Italy. And here we can see the negative points, and here we can see the positive points. So this is again the purple, and this is again the green. And when I select Tutto again here, I can see it from all the countries. And at this moment, the darker is the better. Dark is good, pale is not so good. and Malta is very small, fortunately. So because we can select it, we can select the country for also as a filter. When I press here on Italy, and I only see Italy. I can see where they use the alternatives, that they do many on the water bottles or on the other bottles.
Can we see also the number of schools from Italy that enter this data?
No, not yet, because we now, all the kids are in one group, which is the country.
But when 3 schools, for example, try it, we will be able to see.
I can change that. I can add groups within the country. It depends on how many schools will enter. Now we only have it on country level. But when we have groups within the country and you want to know how well they did, we can change that. I selected Italy, so it has been filtered on Italy. If I want to get rid of the filter, which I selected in this panel, I select here, remove filter. See that? So I click here now on remove filter, and then everything is back as we started. I also can enlarge this because, for example, when you look at this here, you cannot see very clearly what happened here. So when we use complete screen, so now we have a much better view about what happened. So this is green, so these are the alternatives. I can see water bottles, we earned 22 points for Romania. You can see Romania because of the color. And yeah, we can see that that there are alternatives for the water bottles, for the bags, plastic bags, and so on. So I close it now here. You cannot see that you can close it. Oh yeah, yeah. See, yeah, you cannot see that you can close this. So you have to do something. You have to move around in this screen, otherwise you do not see this. You can close it, but you also can get the raw data. So here you see what data has been used for this graph. I will close it, or you can download the information for other purposes, for example, for an investigation. So I will do that now, and I will download it in Excel. And then it goes somewhere in the Excel. Oh yeah, here. Yeah. Oh yeah. Now I downloaded the not the data, but the image. So now I open Excel. I will put it on the screen. So now you have this image in the screen as a download. So this is an image, and you can edit it. So you can use it for reports or whatever.
And when this application is in place in these pilot schools that we have 3 schools in the project with whom at least it should be in practically applied in March. They can filter, for example, only March or only the 3 weeks or 4 weeks of intensive use, or the data that are there are going to remain? You're going to clean this data, or there is no reason to clean them?
Yeah, I will clean up the data. Yeah, but when you have 3 schools, you say, you want to have this information per school?
The project schools, for sure, are the ones that are going to for sure try it before the end of the March.
Yeah, but you want schools to be able to see what they did as a school, so not as a country. Yeah, I see, Irene.
It will be the same, I guess, since we're talking about one school per country.
Okay, yeah, okay, then yeah, no, then yeah, they can do that already. I will clean up the data. I will throw away everything that is only testing data.
Yes, right now it's useful for us in order to make the tutorial. It's best that we have some data.
Yeah,
it's nice as it is in order to make the video recording and look at actual data. But then before we start working with this application in schools, I think they should be cleaned, or at least instruct them to use only the data after a date.
after a certain date. Yes, yeah. But I will throw away all the data anyway. So what they will do will be actual, it will be testing data, but it will be real data.
Yeah,
Yes.
because these are fake data, fake entries. So then they will affect our ending results, and we don't want that.
Yeah, you can tell us whether what we should clean, and then we will throw away all the data. Yeah, that is no problem. Okay, now we can also look at the different things, like only the bottles, or only the other bottles, or the plastic bags. And you can see what happens. And also you can see different winners depending on the type. So in this example, Romania is doing very well. Here Holland starts to enter. And you also can see it per month. For example, in January, Greece is the winner. In February, Romania is the winner. So you can have a lot of winners in different months on different categories. So that also helps motivating, I guess, I hope. And we can see everything in time. So here in this graph, you can see what happened during the dates. You can see in this graph, Romania is getting better. And in this example, Greece is going worse. And it goes down. So this is about the subcategories. Yeah. Okay.
So let's suppose I'm a Greek teacher and I work with a group of 10 students. What should I do? I should create a login account.
Yeah, we will make the login accounts.
And
you can send me a list of the students, and we will enter the students in the system.
Okay, this is because we are doing now this for the testing phase. But suppose after March, how it's going to be like that? Even
no,
after...
if you like, you can be an administrator who creates the users and add them to the right countries and to the right language, or you can do it through us. That is what I was talking about. That is what I meant when I talked about the administration role.
Yes, in Malta.
Yeah. Yeah. So just for making it easy, you can send it to me. And if you think, oh, that is easy, then we will teach you how to do it, and then you can do it yourself. No problem.
But at this stage, for making the tutorial, we should in the instructions that we give in the guidelines, we
Yeah.
should say to the teachers
Just
to
send the list.
send the list.
Yeah, and then we need the name, and the email address.
We need to be careful how we publicly explain that in order not to have any GDPR.
Oh, yeah, what we also can do is that we have a student number, and that's all. And then we will send them fake email address. No, then we send them a password. So, and then we don't use any email addresses. We send them to the teacher, for example. So we have a student number, and we will put it in the system. We will use a fake email address, so the student cannot be found. He cannot be traced. And yeah, and then the teacher has to spread the usernames and the passwords in his class or in her class. And when the user loses the password, then he should go back to the teacher. But that is a safe way for being privacy proof. And then we don't have any names at all.
So I'm not sure I understand. The teacher creates a login account with his email, his
Yeah.
actual email, and then he uses numbers for his teachers, or maybe initials of names, something like that, a coding system that he has.
Yeah.
And then this entire group has a fake email.
Yeah, no, they don't see their email address at all, because I need an email address in the system for making it work properly. But that is a technical thing. And you also need it for when you forget your password. If I don't have an email address, I cannot send the password. So I will give it to the teacher by email. But when the kid loses his student number or his email or his password, he cannot restore it. But he also cannot change it. So the teacher has it. So the teacher is always needed in that process. So I only need then from the teacher the student numbers or whatever he uses for knowing which student has which number.
So they don't log in with an email, they log in with their number and their given password.
Yeah.
And the teacher always knows that because of
Yeah,
you.
the teacher should know it. Yeah. So for example, student 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 has a password secret 2.
And then it's up to the teacher to either let his students on their own upload their data, or maybe once a week or once a day, he does that for the entire group.
Yeah, right, yeah. And as
Okay.
soon as we figure out after the test or during the test that the teacher does it always for the group, then perhaps we might change something in the interface, so he can enter large numbers to begin with, especially for the alternatives. And now he can only enter 1, and then he has to change it. So those minor changes we can make. It's no problem.
Okay, let's change the scenario. Let's suppose that let's assume that I'm a student in one of the 3 countries.
Yeah. No, here we have the student dashboard.
and I want to participate, but I don't have a teacher. Can I log in?
No, no. You need somebody who sends a list with some kind of name, because we cannot reach him.
We can't hear you, Vicky.
Oh, Vicky,
Vicky, we can't hear you.
Oh,
No,
perhaps in the app, in the chat.
you appear as unmuted, but we cannot hear you. No,
Now?
no. Yes.
Okay, yes. I'm sorry for that. I don't understand. I don't get what is the point of logging as a student then, after all.
Oh, then
What's
we
the
can.
point?
Then we don't have any personal data. We cannot trace the one who says he threw away the bag, the plastic bag. So it's a matter of privacy.
I understand that, but since that somebody, the teacher, needs to send the list anyway,
Yeah.
in order to avoid the old GDPR things, and I fully understand that this. What's the point of logging as individual student?
Oh yeah, you're right. Because
What's the sense? It doesn't make any sense for me.
yeah, I know what you mean. Because when the teacher does it for the kids, then the kids don't need to log in at all.
Because as you said, in any case, we cannot avoid this. The teacher has to send the list of the emails, and gets the code for his class, for his group. So, I don't know.
Yes, from what I understood in Malta, the teacher has the control of this 10 or 20 or 30 people. So it's up to him to either upload the data by himself for the entire class, or with these login names and passwords. We don't have emails for the students. He gives them in a small papers, or he keeps them somewhere in the desk. That's what I understood. And the kids should use this login way to enter their own data. That's what I have.
In real life, this will not work for an individual to have the small paper with my account, the code, and blah, blah, and upload one plastic bottle that I might use. I don't know. It's not easy. It's not practical. This is not how the usual app that the students, the younger ones use.
Yeah, but as far as I understood, the thing is this based on the class. So how the professor is, the teacher is willing to use this app in his class, the students can use it by themselves, and then the teacher would just support them through the login and password thing. Or if the students or the teacher wants to be in total control of it, she will be in charge of put every entries, every data collected from the class. It's not our decision. It's based on what the teacher wants to do, and we decided this based on what Irini and the other girl, I forgot, Iliana suggested, because they think that the teacher, they already do a lot. They have a lot of work to do. So it depends. We just give them the chance to decide for themselves for their classes. And I think it's correct.
Sure, it's up to the teacher. I agree. I totally agree. But in any case, I'm not so optimistic. if any student will go alone on this.
Okay,
I don't know.
let's see. We give them the possibility. We have at least 3 partner schools to test it and see. But Andre, can we increase the amount of items that can be added by the teacher? Can we do that from now in order to make his life easier and not to count 1, 1, 1, 1? So at the level of the students, it should remain 1 per day. But at the level of the teacher,
yeah, I can do that. So
Yes.
the teacher can here enter a quantity instead of only yes or no.
in terms of consumption, he can. There is no limit.
No,
If he puts 5 or 10 or 30
Yeah.
bottles, okay. Okay. Basically, I was referring to consumption.
oh,
But
that is so. That is a number anyway. Consumption is always here like this.
open. Okay.
No.
So we can leave it with a higher number of alternatives as well. Because if he adds this data for the entire class, it's easier for him to say 3 alternatives there, 5 alternatives for straw, and I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Now,
Okay.
when we also have a dashboard for the teacher, which is this one, and then he can see the individuals. Everybody in his group. So the teacher in Italy can see everybody from the group Italy. So the students and the teachers from Italy. So he cannot see the ones from Greece and the Netherlands, Romania. So only the ones from Italy. For example, when I log out now and I log in as Greece. Okay. Then when I use the other link, you don't see my eyes here. And I'm sure that somebody can read this.
Yes, I think we should stick to English for the sake of
Yeah, but
Yeah.
anyway, I just wanted to show that the person from Greece only sees the students from Greece and the teacher from Greece. See here in the activity list, and also for the filtering, so he can zoom in on the kids from his group.
But he can only see the kids from his group or entire Greece. He can see entire Greece.
Yeah, because all the kids from Greece are in the same group at this moment. Yeah, and when it is not convenient, then we will change it.
But
Okay.
if we have several groups of teachers, several groups of students, each teacher can see only his group, not the entire country.
Yeah, because the group now is the group Greece.
Okay.
Okay, and then
Excuse me, Andre, would it be possible to make the homepage of the application not in Dutch, but in English language or not?
yeah, well, when we have the home page,
Yeah,
it is.
or probably
This is the home.
would it be possible to provide you with the translation of each country or not?
No, this is the home page.
No,
She refers to the page of the login.
of the login.
Yeah, but the
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because actually, if I am an Italian teacher and I have to log in, and my first impression reading something in Dutch would be,
I made a mistake.
yes, it is not comfortable.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
I don't know if it is possible, of course.
Yeah, I can put all the languages on the login
Okay.
page. Yeah,
So if you provide us a small text to be translated, we can send to you of course, the translations.
yeah.
Thank you.
We already have that on the login. I will check
Can
it.
you show us now the login page, the one that you shared in the chat? Can you show
Yeah.
it again?
Yeah, I will log out. This you
Yeah,
will
this
not see.
one.
Yeah, you will not see this.
No, the one
You let's see the.
please share to us the one you shared in the chat.
Yeah. I will close these. So here, when I click on this is the one from the which I shared with you.
Yes,
So when I click on this is the home page.
Okay, sorry.
it's a simple login web page.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. You don't see all the other texts. And because I don't know, will this be part of the plastine.eu webpage, or do we have to add some things here? At this moment, this is all.
I don't know about that. We will see it with Guido, I suppose, how we can, this whole thing can be embedded in the web page or whatever. I think Guido.
Yeah, I don't know what is on that web page at this moment at all.
For sure, what we can do in the web page is make the link.
A link,
where,
yeah.
yes, where we
A link.
describe the application
Yeah.
and then direct them to here, what you showed to us, the login.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is
For
the-
sure, we can do that easily.
Yeah,
And uploading the video tutorials, of course.
Of course,
Yeah.
yes.
okay. I will log in again. Now we have everything from Romania. You see, all the things are also translated now, and the problems with the characters, they are gone. So this is the thing that the students see, the dashboard from the students. So we have student, teacher, international. I will go now to the student. This is all. But he sees his own idea because also for privacy purposes, so they cannot see each other. They have to know their number. And when they want to do how they did compared to the group, they have to filter. Then they have to use this filter here. But now there's only one kid in this group, so it's easy to filter. But then he has to pick out number 980, select it, use the filter.
Do you have to show us any other country where you have 2 or 3 students so that?
Do I have those? No. Yeah, I will show you. This is not the one. Demo teacher Netherlands. So I use this one. Here we have the idea. And when I want to see how 983 did compared to the group, I can do this. Or I can keep only, oh wait, this. This is me. You don't see a line here because I only entered in 1 month, and then the line is a dot. But when we have 2 months, then you will see a line. But this is only from one person, from person 983. So when the student knows his friend and he knows his number, then they can compare with each other how much points they received, or who is the winner from the class in this month. But anyway, if you want to have other information on the same page, just let me know. And these don't have any function now. You cannot click on the icons. It's only for
Decoration.
nicer.
In the screen before that, on the top left, the two footprints that you have are identical. So now you told us that one is for the teacher and the other one is for the student.
Yeah. The student will only see one button.
Okay.
Yeah, and the teacher will not see this button anymore. Or perhaps, if you like, we can still leave it here. And then I will change the icon. I just wanted to show you the possibilities. And you don't have to log in, log out every time during testing.
Yes, that you can see them all together, the student, the teacher, and the international dashboard.
Yeah.
The international dashboard is clear. It's a NERST there, I think, or something like that. But the other two are a little bit confusing.
Okay. Yeah, well, let me know what you like to see differently. So this is the teacher's dashboard. Well, I will do it in English.
Maybe you have many steps since the teacher represents a group with many kids.
Yeah, I don't have that in the testing data right now.
Or even write only the word student and teacher or something like that.
So you mean here in the teacher dashboard?
I mean the symbol that takes you there. Before, go back, please.
Mm-hmm.
Here on the top left, the two footprints are the same, the symbols.
Yeah, I can change the symbol. I
Yes.
can change this into a student. No, or or this into the teacher. I will change it.
Yeah, also because if we decided to change the name My Footprint, we don't need the footprint, you know? So
Yeah.
we can just put like maybe as a student and T as teacher, I don't know.
Yeah, makes sense. Teacher, yeah, and student button. I will write it down. Yeah. Oh yeah, this is one question that you had, Irene. Change this into buttons.
Yes, yeah.
But when you see this on a very small screen, I think this is, but that is only my opinion. This looks more clean when we have the text. Let's see.
Yeah, it's better to keep it as clear as possible. So
Yeah,
it's
but-
okay, I think, also like this.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Otherwise, I wanted to show it to you on the small screen.
Yeah, I tried it from my phone,
Ah.
so I can see what you're saying.
Okay. Yeah. It's not that I don't want to. love it.
I believe you.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, this was basically it.
I think that the two teams leading the guidelines for teachers and the students need to coordinate with each other so that the instructions are complementary and we use the same vocabulary and the same things to describe the processes.
Mhm. Yeah.
So I guess it will be Marika for the students.
Yes, I was going to ask Andrea again. I know I mentioned it in the meeting last time. Is it possible that we have this written down so we go step by step? Step-by-step guidelines, maybe if you can help us.
Yeah.
Just to make sure we
sure.
don't mess up, you know, when we're.
Yeah. I already put some steps in the
Thank you.
here like this.
Okay, very good. Okay.
Yeah, and yeah, I can add some more steps, but this is what you mean, right? Marika?
Yes. So when we're, because last time we said we were going to have them on a video.
Mhm.
So once you get recording, you know, it's good to have a script to go by.
Yeah.
Obviously, it will be practiced before and we familiarize ourselves with it. But there again, it's always great to have a script to go by, just to make sure we don't, like, I don't miss out on vital information when I'm doing it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, I will add that. And oh yeah,
And
I hope.
I think, Marika, we can collaborate while making this video because we have MIO and Themistocles have the students.
Okay.
You have the teachers, I think. No?
No, yes, I know. For me, really and truly, they both need to be explained, so it doesn't really make a difference. Yes, maybe the students might need more detail, because obviously
More detail on a way, but with less
But the-
information and interaction in the other
yes,
way.
it's true. The teachers might be heavier. It's true.
Yes, and I think that the two can be complementary.
Yeah.
So we should start with something. Are you a teacher? See the video here. Are you a student? But these two videos need to have a dialect with each other to be fully.
Yes, maybe we could start with the student one and add on the teacher one.
I think we should develop the two scripts of what we are saying, our voices over, before we start recording. So that we are in total agreement with each other and we make sure we don't have anything left out.
Okay, yes, let me fill.
And maybe we can check this even with Andrea at the last moment before we record it. So to make sure that we explain it in the right way.
Yes, that's true. When is the deadline of this?
Next week, huh?
Next week. Okay, we really have to get cracking. Okay.
11th of March.
11th of March. Okay.
Oh, 11th of March. Oh, then you have 2.5 weeks for the movie.
Okay. Yes, I suggest that before I familiarize myself more with this toolkit, you know, with the app. So
it's the same for us.
Yeah, because otherwise I don't know, you know, it's still a bit Greek to me. Sorry, that's the expression. So it would be good to familiar and then we could put a script together. I think maybe if you had to do the student one and I do the teacher one, and then we see where they overlap. What do you think?
Yes, we can compare.
Okay.
And also use the same tone of language. Even these details make a difference.
Yes, that's true. That's true. Because most partners obviously will be translate. Well, I don't need to translate it because English is the language we utilize on the educational framework, but in all the partners will be translating it. So the simpler it is, the easier it is for everybody.
Yeah. So the script helps because if we read something, we don't improvise, and we can give them the script and it's ready to be
Yeah.
to be used as subtitled
Exactly.
once
Yeah.
translated.
So
Okay.
according to what we said during the last meeting, 25th of February is the deadline for the internal testing. Then 4th of March is the deadline for the improvement to the app. And then the 11th of March is the deadline for the guidelines,
Oh,
right? We will see.
that's
Okay.
fine.
If we can meet the expectation.
principle.
Yeah. And meanwhile, when you think the dashboards could be simpler, just let me know. This is only what I made up.
Okay.
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 My only comment regarding the aesthetics at this point, as we have to end this deliverable one way or the other, regards the images. I think they need to be zoomed in as much as possible. I have sent some suggestions to Emma.
Yeah, I will use those.
Excuse me.
I don't know who is going to do it. Is it going to be you or is it going to be Emma? But for specific activities, I think it will be more helpful if we don't have these really tiny figures that I see now. To people chatting to each other, you cannot really understand what is taking place. If you zoom as much as possible, I think you will gain a little bit in the aesthetics of the thing.
Oh, yeah, I will put the images that you provided. I will put those here. And if would you and Emma decide how they should look like?
I think Emma needs to do that. I just suggested that, but I think it shouldn't be done by me because I just cropped them without, thinking.
Yeah.
She did it in a very professional way before.
Then I'll wait for Emma.
Yeah, maybe I can send her a reminder in case she has time to do that.
Yeah.
But for you, it's not a problem to just replace.
No, I just replace. Yeah, very easy.
That's all for me for now.
Okay. Yeah.
So I will make this a video available to everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. And whenever you have a question, just call or send me a
Okay.
thing.
Great.
Bye.
Have a nice day.
Bye.
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 Bye, everyone. Thanks.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.